Creative Women Minicon is coming really quick. October 3rd is right around the corner. We have got a ton of guests, including Kim Greve, who we have never had at one of our cons before. Welcome down, Kim.
Thank you.
Every year we do this. It's the third annual.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had a chance to hear about what we've done in the past?
Yeah, I've actually been to the last two.
You did come to the last two, which is awesome. So you got to see what everybody had to offer, and then this year decided to jump in with us, which is great. Mm-hmm. So what kind of stuff do you do? I know you're an artist, and you're working on sequential.
Yeah, I do a lot of illustrations. I work in digital and in traditional. I've been having a lot of fun with watercolor lately, which is actually what I'm going to be doing all of the illustrations for the book for, is all watercolor.
Okay, we'll get into that. She's got a new book that's coming up that we'll talk about. So as far as the artwork goes, obviously you started traditional, and was watercolor where you started?
No, I've been drawing since I was little, and then in high school I jumped into like oil painting, and then later on when I started doing conventions is really when I dove into watercolor.
So how long have you been doing conventions then?
I started last year. So I've been doing almost
relative,
2 years here.
Okay, that's still relatively fresh. You're figuring out what people want, what sells, what works. Yeah. What kind of stuff do you like to bring to the convention then? Do you do fan art? Do you do...
Yeah, I do a lot of fan art. I've been trying to break in and do some of my own personal pieces, which is what I'm going to be doing with the book, and maybe some other projects in my own comic down the line.
Okay, so as far as watercolors, you're just getting into this. What made that one seem so exciting for you?
Well, painting has been I've always really had that as a passion, and oil painting, I loved doing it in high school, which is probably one of the hardest paints to jump into first, and so I wanted to tackle watercolor because it was always so gorgeous and all the artwork that I saw, so yeah, I decided to try to tackle it.
So it was just something that you'd always wanted to do, jumped in. Did it come naturally to you, or was it something you really
No, it's a big learning curve, yeah.
Okay.
It takes a lot of patience, just like oils did.
Okay, see, and I don't think a lot of people understand that, because most of us who are not artists, we'll see you guys do different things, and we just assume that they all come natural to you.
Yeah, no.
Is there something
it's a lot of learning.
Which makes sense. It's just like anything else, no matter what you're doing, writing, whatever you're trying to do. So what came naturally to you then, as far as art? Was it just painting?
Yeah, I really loved painting. The thing that was nice about oils is it really taught me patience as an artist too. Because you gotta sit there and let it dry, and wait for to fix your corrections and everything. With like acrylics, you can paint right over.
You can just go right over it. Otherwise, you're just like staring at it.
Pencil, you can erase it, but with oils, you had to like wait and paint over it. And with watercolors, sometimes it's even harder because you can't always do that. You have to really wait for it to dry, or once something's a certain way, you're done.
Okay, and that's it. You just have to be happy with it, or just crumple it up and start over.
Exactly.
So, doing watercolors in a comic book, that's not something you really see.
Yeah.
So, before we go into the concept of the comic, what prompted you to go that route? Was it because it was something that you thought fit the comic book? Was it something that...
Actually, my husband was like, when he started watching me do all my different prints in watercolor, he's like, I really like how you do all that. I'd really love to see you do the whole book in watercolors. And we're actually going for more of just kind of like an illustrated novel instead of not so much as a comic book theme. We're kind of doing style where we're going to have like blocks of text, but then also like full illustrations like on every page.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So if you've ever read the Wolverine and Elektra comic that Amano did the art for, we're kind of trying going in that kind of stylized theme.
Okay, nice. Yeah. And that'll work perfect with the watercolors. Can you tell everybody what the name of it is?
The name is Bride of the Wolf God. It's kind of basically, my husband's still writing it, so I don't know everything about the story yet, which is kind of exciting because I get to kind of just go along with it like a normal reader that might be reading it. And
as he tells you more about it, you can come up with some concepts and work on some things.
So it's a great learning experience to kind of build up a comic that way. But yeah, so basically what he's told me of it so far is we're kind of in a post-apocalyptic world. Life has kind of gone back to kind of medieval times, and I find this character who, she's very headstrong and wild. She takes after her mother and her grandmother, and her father's very structurized and thinks she needs to follow the rules and lines, and so so it's very
it's her tale.
Yeah, it's her tale
in the post-apocalyptic world. So that's something that they can look forward to. But you guys will always have, or during Creative Women Minicon, you can come down and take a peek at her artwork, see what she has to offer. Just get a glimpse at what to expect when they get this book in your hands. Where can they find you online?
I am on Facebook, DeviantArt, Twitter, Tumblr, everything at Ellazara. It's ELLAZARA.
Right, that's simple. I like it when all of them.
Yeah, I've tried to put them all on the same thing.
That's perfect. So you guys check her out. Head on over to Twitter. Head on over to Instagram. See what she has to offer. But don't forget, most importantly, come down on October 3rd. Check out what Kim has. Check out what all the other women have. It's a day you're not going to want to miss. And when you come in the shop before then, take a peek at the art room. We've already set it up with some examples from some of the ladies coming down. So thank you very much, Kim.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you guys on October 3rd.